to an update on the railway fire in Westfield. 2 men have been charged with breaking and entering into the freight car, starting the fire and destroying property. 23-year-old Johnny Hundley of Southwick was arrested last week based on evidence gathered by police and fire crews. He's charged with breaking and entering into a railroad car, burning a railway car, malicious destruction of property, and trespassing. A second suspect, 25-year-old Brandon Jasarkorski, who was also arrested in Chicopee and in Connecticut, was arrested in connection on the fire. He's expected to face extradition to Massachusetts on the same charges.